My dear child, big news. The truth that has been hidden from you for so long is finally beginning to rise to the surface, and the moment you hear this message, something deep inside your soul will start shaking because your soulmate has been carrying a secret so powerful, so emotional, and so shocking that even the people around them never fully understood what was happening inside their heart. And listen carefully, because this is not a normal love story. This is the kind of connection written long before either of you were born, the kind of bond that survives distance, betrayal, misunderstandings, jealousy, and even the cruel hands of fate itself. And while you were sitting alone wondering why your life has felt delayed, why your heart has been tested again and again, your soulmate has secretly been fighting battles behind closed doors just to protect the future they saw with you. But the truth is finally exploding into the open, and once it does, nothing around you will ever feel the same again, because the person meant for you has already realized something terrifying. They cannot escape this connection anymore, no matter how hard they tried to deny it. And yes, there were moments when they attempted to run from these emotions because the intensity scared them, the dreams scared them, the signs scared them, and most of all the idea that someone like you could completely change their destiny frightened them beyond words. But destiny has a strange way of cornering people until they finally surrender to the truth. And your soulmate has reached that exact point now. And this message found you for a reason, because the universe is no longer allowing secrets to stay hidden, and someone close to your soulmate recently exposed something they never wanted anyone to know, something connected directly to you. And when the truth came out, the entire atmosphere around them changed, because suddenly everyone realized this connection was not temporary, not childish, not imagination, but something real. Something spiritual, something impossible to erase. And listen. Your soulmate has secretly kept reminders of you in places nobody would ever think to search, little signs, little memories, hidden screenshots, saved messages, songs connected to your energy, and even moments where they sat completely alone staring at your photo while pretending to the world that they had already moved on. But they never moved on, not even for one single second. And the shocking part is that someone in their family already knows about you. Yes, someone close to them discovered the truth accidentally, and ever since that moment there has been tension building behind the scenes, because they realized your soulmate's feelings were far deeper than anyone expected, and your soulmate tried to hide it. They tried to laugh it off. They tried to act cold and distant, but every single attempt failed because your energy keeps pulling them back no matter where they go. And lately the signs have become impossible for them to ignore, because your name keeps appearing unexpectedly. Your birthday or numbers connected to you keep showing up, strangers mention things related to your story, and even in their dreams they cannot escape your presence. And listen carefully, because this next part matters deeply. Your soulmate has cried over you in silence more times than you know, especially during nights when nobody was around to see the truth hidden behind their smile, because outwardly they may look strong, confident, or unaffected, but internally they have been collapsing under the weight of emotions they never learned how to express properly. And part of the reason for that pain comes from the fear that they may lose you forever if they wait too long to tell you everything, because there were outside forces interfering in this connection, jealous people, controlling family members, fake friends pretending to guide them while secretly trying to destroy what you both were meant to become. And for a while those negative voices almost succeeded in separating your paths. But destiny refused to let the story end there, and now the truth is coming out louder than ever before, and your soulmate recently heard something that completely changed their perspective forever because someone revealed details about your suffering, your loneliness, the silent battles you have been carrying inside your heart. And the moment they realized how deeply you had been hurt by life, guilt hit them like a storm because they understood they should have protected you sooner, and ever since then they have been unable to think clearly because their heart keeps replaying memories connected to you over and over again. And do not skip this part because what happens next will shock you even more. There is someone around your soulmate who secretly envies this connection because they can see the emotional power you hold over them, and this jealous person has been trying to delay communication, spread confusion, or create misunderstandings between you both, but the universe is exposing every hidden manipulation now, and the more these people try to interfere, the stronger the bond between you and your soulmate becomes. Because this connection was never built on temporary attraction alone. It was built on spiritual recognition, the kind where two souls feel each other even across silence. And lately your soulmate has started realizing that every relationship they tried before you felt empty, forced or emotionally dead because none of those people carried the energy your soul carries naturally, and that realization terrified them because it forced them to accept that you are not replaceable, you never were, and never will be, and listen carefully now because there is a major turning point approaching faster than you think, and it begins with unexpected communication, a message, a confession, a sudden emotional outburst, or even a shocking revelation from someone who has been hiding information from you both, because too many secrets have piled up for too long and the pressure is finally becoming unbearable. And your soulmate knows they cannot continue pretending anymore because every day without you feels heavier than the last, and even though pride kept them silent before, their emotions are becoming stronger than their ego now, and this is why you may suddenly notice strange energy shifts around you, intense dreams, emotional waves, random memories surfacing out of nowhere. Because spiritually your soulmate is thinking about you obsessively, and when souls are deeply connected, energy travels even when words do not, and there is something else you need to know. Your soulmate has already imagined a future with you countless times, a home, conversations late at night, protecting each other from the chaos of the world, healing each other's wounds, and building the kind of relationship other people secretly envy because it feels real and unbreakable, but fear delayed. Everything because both of you carried scars from the past, and those scars created walls, misunderstandings, silence, and emotional distance, yet despite all of that, the bond survived, and that alone proves this connection is stronger than temporary problems. And lately your soulmate has started realizing something painful. Every moment they spent pretending not to care only pushed them deeper into emotional suffering, because denying true love does not destroy it, it only creates more pain inside the person running away from it, and now they are reaching the point where they would rather risk rejection than continue living with regret, and yes, someone around them recently warned them that if they lose you, they may never recover emotionally. And hearing those words shook them deeply because deep down they already knew it was true. And listen. There is also a hidden truth connected to your future together that even you may not fully understand yet, because your soulmate was meant to enter your life not only for romance but for transformation, to change the direction of your destiny completely, and the moment this connection becomes stable, both of your lives begin shifting rapidly in ways nobody around you expected, which is exactly why there have been spiritual attacks, delays, jealousy, and confusion surrounding this bond, because Powerful connections always attract resistance before they fully manifest, but the resistance is weakening now, and the truth is becoming impossible to hide, and recently your soulmate experienced a moment that forced them to confront their real emotions completely, perhaps seeing someone remind them of you, hearing a song tied to your memories, or realizing that even in crowded rooms their heart still searches for your energy first. And that moment broke something open inside them emotionally. And ever since then they have been thinking about reaching out, apologizing, confessing, or finally telling you the entire truth they buried for so long. And what makes this even more shocking is that there are things about your connection they have never told anyone, not even their closest friends, because the depth of what they feel for you embarrasses them sometimes, it overwhelms them, and it makes them vulnerable in ways they are not used to. But vulnerability is exactly what destiny is. Forcing them to embrace now, and do not skip because this next part matters deeply. There is a conversation happening behind the scenes about you right now, people discussing your soulmate's strange behavior, the emotional changes they have been going through, the way your name affects their mood instantly, and someone recently noticed that every time your soulmate hears news connected to you, their entire energy changes immediately, and this exposure is making it harder and harder for them to continue hiding the truth. And the more exposed the truth becomes, the more desperate they feel to reconnect with you before it is too late, because time has made them realize that real soul connections are incredibly rare, and losing one because of fear would be the biggest mistake of their life, and your soulmate is finally beginning to understand that no amount of pride, status, money, or outside approval can replace genuine emotional peace. And the only place they have consistently felt that peace is with you. Even during difficult moments, and yes, there were times when they acted distant intentionally because they feared how much control your presence had over their emotions, but distance never destroyed the bond, it only made the truth stronger, and now they are being pushed toward a decision they cannot avoid anymore. And once this decision is made, the silence between you both starts collapsing rapidly, and I need you to hear this clearly. The shocking truth your soulmate has been hiding is not that they stopped loving you, it is the complete opposite. They loved you far more deeply than they ever admitted aloud, and that intensity frightened them because they realized you had the power to affect every part of their future. And people around them sensed it too, which is why interference increased, but destiny is exposing everything now, and the more hidden truths come into the light, the more unstoppable this connection becomes. And your soulmate has finally started understanding that some people enter our lives for temporary lessons while others arrive as permanent soul mirrors. And you are the mirror they cannot escape because every emotion, every wound, every hidden fear inside them becomes visible when they think about you, and instead of running forever, they are slowly preparing themselves to face the truth honestly for the first time. And when that moment arrives, the emotional intensity between you both will feel overwhelming because years of silence, hidden feelings, unsent words, and buried emotions will finally pour out all at once, and many people around you will be shocked by how strong this bond truly is because they underestimated it completely. They assumed distance meant disinterest, they assumed silence meant weakness, but they never understood the spiritual depth behind this connection. And your soulmate is beginning to realize that protecting this bond matters more than protecting their ego now, and listen carefully because there is another hidden detail you deserve to know. Your soulmate secretly fears that you may already be moving on, and this fear has been haunting them lately because they know they waited too long to reveal the truth, and the idea of someone else taking their place in your heart creates panic inside them they cannot explain logically, which is why their emotions are becoming more urgent now. And very soon they may say or do something unexpected that completely changes the direction of this story forever, because the universe is creating pressure from every angle until the truth can no longer remain hidden, and when that explosion finally happens, many people who doubted this connection will suddenly become silent because they will realize what existed between you both was real all along. And your soulmate knows this now too, perhaps later than they should have, but still in time to change the future if courage finally overcomes fear. And do not skip this final part because your soul needs to hear it. Everything you suffered emotionally was not meaningless. Every delay, every betrayal, every lonely night, every tear you cried in silence was shaping you for a love powerful enough to transform your entire life, and although the path has felt confusing, destiny has been working behind the scenes the entire time, moving people, exposing lies, removing fake connections, and slowly pushing your soulmate toward complete emotional awakening. And now that awakening is accelerating faster than ever before, which means the hidden truth can no longer stay buried much longer, and when your soulmate finally stands before you, emotionally exposed and vulnerable, you will understand why the universe kept pulling your paths back together despite every obstacle, because some souls are written into each other's destiny permanently, and no amount of fear, distance, pride, jealousy, or interference can erase what heaven already decided long ago, and this is why the signs have intensified, this is why your intuition has been restless, this is why your heart keeps feeling that something major is approaching, because big news truly is coming into your life, and the hidden truth your soulmate buried for so long is finally preparing to reveal itself in the most shocking and emotional way imaginable. But listen carefully now, because the moment your soulmate finally accepted the truth inside their heart, everything around them started changing in ways even they could not explain, and suddenly the people who once told them to forget you began noticing that your name still carried power over their emotions no matter how much time passed, and this realization became impossible to hide because every conversation somehow returned back to you, every memory led back to you, and every silent moment reminded them of the future they almost lost forever. Do not skip this part because someone unexpected is about to reveal information that has been hidden from you for a very long time, and this revelation will make you understand why so many delays happened between you and your soulmate, because there were people secretly working behind the scenes trying to control the outcome of this connection out of jealousy, fear, and selfish intentions. Your soulmate recently discovered that one particular person intentionally created misunderstandings between you both because they were terrified of how powerful your bond truly was, and when this truth finally came out, your soulmate felt intense guilt for believing lies instead of trusting their own heart. And listen. Ever since discovering this betrayal, they have not been sleeping peacefully because memories of you keep replaying inside their mind over and over again, especially the moments where you silently needed reassurance but received distance instead. There is a deep emotional storm happening inside them now because they are finally realizing how much pain their silence caused you, and for the first time they are beginning to fear that they may have damaged the connection permanently. But the universe is not allowing this story to end in sadness because destiny still has unfinished plans for both of you, and that is exactly why communication energy is growing stronger day by day. Your soulmate has started checking signs connected to you constantly, searching for clues, wondering if you still think about them, wondering if your heart still carries even a small space for them after everything that happened. And here is the shocking truth. Despite all the confusion, despite the silence, despite the outside interference, your soulmate never truly gave their heart to anyone else because a part of them always belonged to you completely. The people around them noticed this too because no matter who entered their life temporarily, nobody could replace the emotional intensity they felt with you, and this frustrated them deeply because they tried so hard to move on but failed every single time. Listen carefully because a sudden emotional confession is getting closer than you realize, and it may happen unexpectedly during a moment when neither of you planned for it, because bottled emotions cannot stay trapped forever. Your soulmate is reaching the point where hiding their feelings hurts more than exposing them, and once someone reaches that emotional stage, truth starts pouring out rapidly. There are tears connected to this reunion energy, not only sadness but relief, because both of you have carried emotional weight in silence for far too long. Do not skip because someone from the past may suddenly attempt to interfere again after noticing that you and your soulmate are reconnecting emotionally, but this time the interference will fail because too many truths have already been exposed. Your soulmate finally understands who genuinely cared for them and who secretly manipulated them, and this awakening is changing their entire mindset. They have started thinking seriously about the future now instead of temporary emotions, and every future vision somehow includes you standing beside them. There is also a shocking family reaction connected to this connection because someone who once doubted you will suddenly change their opinion completely after learning the full truth about your soulmate's feelings. And listen. Your soulmate has secretly imagined apologizing to you face to face many times, imagining the exact words they would say if given one more chance to make things right between you both. The fear of losing you permanently has become their biggest emotional trigger now, and this fear is pushing them toward action faster than ever before. You may soon notice intense synchronicities increasing around you, repeated numbers, dreams, emotional flashes, sudden memories, or random signs connected to your soulmate because spiritually this connection is becoming impossible to ignore anymore. Someone around you may even mention your soulmate unexpectedly, and that conversation will feel like confirmation that destiny is moving pieces behind the scenes again. Your soulmate is finally beginning to understand that real love is not about pride or control but about vulnerability, honesty, loyalty, and emotional safety, and the only person who ever made them feel emotionally understood at the deepest level was you. And yes, they regret the time lost between you both more than you realize because deep down they know many of those delays could have been avoided if fear had not controlled them for so long. But destiny often separates soulmates temporarily to force emotional growth, maturity, and awakening before bringing them back together stronger than before. This separation changed both of you emotionally, but instead of destroying the bond, it made the connection deeper, more intense, and impossible to replace. Listen carefully because a major shift is approaching rapidly now, and once it begins, communication between you both may suddenly become emotional, direct, and impossible to stop. The truth that stayed hidden for so long is finally losing its power because secrets always collapse when emotions become stronger than fear. And your soulmate's emotions for you have now become stronger than every fear that once kept them silent. Do not skip this final message because your heart needs to hear it clearly. You were never forgotten, never replaced, and never truly abandoned in their soul, even during the moments where silence made you question everything. The universe was preparing both of you for a reunion powerful enough to change your entire future, and now the hidden truth is finally coming to light one piece at a time. And very soon, the person who once stayed silent may finally look at you with tears in their eyes and confess the words they have been hiding inside their heart all along.